Hey everybody, it's your friend Kevin. I'm here with my friend Freddie and Patrick, and welcome, welcome, welcome. And this is your card of the day. We're using Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Kyle Gray with artwork by Lily Moses. We are also using the Emperor card this week with Archangel Michael. This comes from Angel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine. Those images are by Howard David Johnson. My two isms today is I am light, I am wisdom, I'm a star, and I shine bright. Just acknowledging that's what I believe I am. And then, of course, a little prayer. Thank you, God, for entering where you already abide. This is something that came to me from Marianne Williamson. It is the acknowledgement that God, the universe, source energy, everything that we know to be true has already been here, already will be here. A reminder that every once in a while we come back to the idea that we're part of source energy, and that we like knowing we're part of source energy, and being part of source energy and realizing God, source energy, universe, the great creator, shows up and comes in usually when we reminding that it doesn't matter what happens physically in the world, God, the universe, is always here. The light's always here. Angels are always here. We just have to acknowledge that, or be grateful for the fact that we're never on our own. We're never by ourselves. So the Emperor this week has been influencing this card of the day, encouraging us to get organization, become logical, put our plans together. And incidentally, today's angel number or angel numerology number is 1, and I'll get into that in a few moments. So let's see. Let's go with our prayer. First of all, guardians of the four corners, Mother in the earth, Father in the sky, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, light workers, beings from all four corners and all realms, I welcome you to this space and call upon you for your help. I give thanks to be your messenger and set the intention that whatever is learned and gained from this tool be for the highest growth, the highest good of all. May your message inspire, enlighten, and give hope, love, and truth to all those who come. So be it, and so shall it be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And there is our card. Well, I like that this card shows up on a number 1 day, the snake. So, this deck has angels, which are guardians, wise ones, which are like sages, and of course, symbols. It also has seasons, which is why I like how there is a shamanic energy to this deck and how all this comes together. So, if you will, the card, Archangel Michael, and all of the universe today, particularly, are saying, shed the old skin. Because this is a number 1, because this is a day of magical epiphanies, a day of ideas, a day of launching new desires. What I know about snake energy is that it is constantly changing. The world as we know it has always changed. There is no way we can avoid the changing. It is an evolution. Every single day, the planet perfectly lines up with the other planets of the universe to evolve around or revolve around the sun. Every single moment of every day, we are literally on the move and our horizon is changing. When we stare at the sun first thing in the morning, it doesn't literally come up, it appears to. But moment by moment, minute by minute, second by second, we're watching the colors, if it's not cloudy, streak across the horizon, getting brighter and brighter and brighter. Then we begin to see the little top of the sun as it glows, but it isn't moving. It's staying right where it always has been. The earth just gravitates or just revolves around it. And the point I'm making with this is if we get into the mode of knowing that there is this power that is far greater than what we are, and if I look at it in comparison terms, we may as well be a grain of sand in the middle of the Sahara Desert compared with everything else that we've got. However, if there were no sand, if there were no grains of sand, if there were no droplets of water that becomes an ocean, then there wouldn't be any of that. So bear in mind that it is important for us to recognize that we're part of something much, much bigger. But we're also bigger ourselves than what this physical experience is talking about. I feel like I'm getting lofty, and Gertrude is here saying, "Oh my goodness, get on with it." I hear it. I heard that loud and clear. I've been doing a deep meditation before I got on here this morning, and it was just glorious. I was just like, "Oh, I want to stay here. I want to learn more." So let's talk about what we can expect. Now, once you acknowledge that change is something that we are experiencing all the time, you can be part of that change if you choose to be. Acknowledging the fact that it's all changing, we're all changing, life is changing, is saying that it's okay to change, because it really is okay to change. You can't be okay with things as they are forever and ever and ever, although that seems to be what people want to do, which is why there are all these conflicts. One group of people doesn't want change. They got comfortable getting what they wanted when they wanted it, how they wanted it, with the people they wanted it. Because change or something they can't control is a little bit nerve-wracking. What this card is saying, shed the old skin. What I'm saying, as we approach the winter solstice, as we come up on really the turning of autumn, which is the last season of this particular calendar year, all the leaves have already shed. All of the grasses and the life forms that form plants and trees and all that nature has already gone to ground. Even snakes, if you look at a snake, it's already gone, and it's already hibernating, already gone into whatever the winter is going to be. And the winter season straddles one calendar year and into the next calendar year, and then starts the warming up process somewhere in around the 3rd to the 4th month of next year. What is it on a physical level? And it's so strange that this should come up today, because yesterday I was talking about, in my head, planning the power of 5. 5 people that you can count on. 5 things that you can count on. 5 things you need to change. 5 things you want to change. 5 things that are different now that you didn't expect to be different. And that morphed into some things that could be 3. To think of 5 might be too many. Anyway, I was thinking about that in the mode of, what is it that you can recognize has changed that you were either not part of and pleasantly surprised by, or you were part of and it transpired. Also, what things did you want to change that didn't? So these are messages that this snake is really talking about. And Archangel Michael and the Emperor is bringing you to the feeling of organizing what changes you want to make. Now, you can call them resolution, New Year resolutions, what you're going to do that's different. But that's almost to me like a rule that you have to stick by. It's a bit like, well, what if you don't stick to it? What if you don't honor it? You know, everybody wants to, I don't know, lose a few pounds. Do you really want to lose a few pounds? Or are you doing it because everybody else thinks they have to do it? Or are you doing it because somehow or another you feel like you've overindulged? Either way, if it's doing it because everyone else is doing it, it's not doing it because you want to do it. And if you're doing it because you think you overindulge, well, let's get in touch with, why did you overindulge? Why do you think you did? But that's up for your psychologist, your counselor to sort out, not me. So the message for today, really, cast off the old. and reveal what your true colors are, what your talents are, what are your gifts to the world. Why are we going to choose what our not so great gifts are? Spirit tradition, the snake is like powerful medicine. You know, it symbolizes those of you that are into Kundalini. It symbolizes that powerful serpent energy that allows you to reach your highest potential. Why would you not want to reach your highest potential? Oh, yes, because we don't think we can, because somebody else told us that we are not doing our best, that isn't great, that isn't this. Well, stop listening to other people. The snake doesn't care. The snake's skin comes off, period. Changes. Be in front of the change or make the changes that you know is going to be right for you. When the sacred ones, the shamanics, saw a snake in nature, encountered one in a dream, they knew that there was a transformation coming. The snake card right now can only represent, not only represent the shedding of old skin, but moving beyond the limitations that caused us to carry along those negative thoughts. This is shedding the skin, shedding the insecurity, shedding the I am not good enough, shedding all of that because it doesn't serve us. Wash off all those things. Now, if you feel that your true self isn't getting recognized, you're the only one that can show it. If you also feel you're being mistreated by other people, you've got to understand that this energy has got to be leaving you right now. You don't deserve to be mistreated by anybody. You don't deserve to be disrespected. You don't deserve to be talked to in a certain kind of way. These are sheds of skin. Now, sometimes you could be in a situation where, whoa, hang on a minute. If I take that on, if I go up against this one, that one, the other one, if I start changing like this, people are going to have a fit. Once again, the power comes to other people. I got really one thing to say about that, and this is Beatrice. They'll get over it. If they love you, they'll accept it. And I would say probably, in my experience, they love you even more for it, respect you even more for it. They stand up and say, listen, bravo, I wish I had the guts to do what you're doing. I've had that said many, many times. Your own personal commitment to growth will get recognized spiritually. Your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors. The external world will begin to reflect all the work that you've been doing. So if you feel that someone you love or a person you care about or one of your good friends has misunderstood you, they'll be able to see beyond the misunderstandings and they'll be willing to recognize what your challenges are. This card, this week, today, is really all about a day of renewal, all about a day of setting new intentions. Now, when I went to the number 1 card, as I've told you before, every number, sort of to me, there's numerology, which is traditional numerology and the divination tool, if you will, like a science. Then there's the angel numbers, which are kind of sort of like if you keep seeing repeated numbers, or if you pull a card and it's a number, you know, there's messages from angels. Sometimes they're very similar and sometimes they're not. And for me, when I took a course and got certified to do both together, I found something else that popped up, which was, oh, I can take these two definitions like you do a word in a dictionary, but not only apply them as they are, blending the two together, but put them in context of what is actually happening. How can I then interpret it? And what I've noticed in doing this, the numbers sort of go from 1 to 9, but then there's a 0. If you see a 0, it's the light and love of God. If you see a 000, oh my goodness gracious, sit down, close your eyes, meditate, because you got a message from somebody in spirit that wants to talk to you. With this number 1, What I got today was the word magic. What I got today was the word manifestation. What I got today was the word charge up beliefs and your desires, which, listen, you're going to have to get rid of these limiting beliefs. You're not good enough. You're not worthy enough. You're not this. You're not that. You're not deserving. You're not blah, 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 blah. You have to get rid of that. Because the number one, the epiphany of who you are, the desire, the strong rocket of desire, which I believe the number one represents, and your angels will say, you've got these great ideas. You have these amazing gifts, but we can't get you to launch them because this other stuff is there. But like trying to drive a vehicle, you put your gasoline in, but somehow it's mixed up with too much water and all it does is splutters. Or maybe I should use a lawnmower engine that does that. You put water in a car gas tank, it's dangerous, so don't be doing that. Yes, thank you, Beatrice. A little bit of a, what is she doing? Commercial, silly thing. Let's see, what else did I write here? Focus on creative process and the original drive. The original drive. What is the original drive that drives you forward? What is it that gets you going? How is it you're in first drive? You've got to get your foot on the gas and move forward. Yes, you do. Using all the energetic confidence you've got, the spark that inspires us to realize how big we are and that we're all one big energy. I was listening yesterday to a combination, lots of them. Esther Hicks, Abraham, Law of Attraction. Because every so often I get pieces of it that they're like, oh, I needed to hear that. Oh, I needed to hear that. And one of the pieces that came to me, which I love, is Abraham, through Esther Hicks, was talking to this lady, and she talked about how the reason they were giving her this message was to get her to work out the bugaboos. The bugaboos and what's stopping you from going after what you want is seeing things the way you're supposed to see them before what it is you want comes. You'd have to go to these videos to get it because it's a lot to explain, but I got it. That for me was part of shedding the skin of confusion. Why is it that when the material stuff of what we want doesn't come, we think we've sabotaged the desire? This is not sabotaging your desire. It's not sabotaging your greatness. This is about shedding the part of you that needs to be shed. That's the growth. Take these baby steps forward. This today feels like a bit of a leap. And I'm listening to see if I need to be quiet. Yes, shut up. Oh, thank you. All right, my friends, listen, I'm going to get off here now and let you go. Much love. Tomorrow we got a new deck coming. We have a new moon coming in Sagittarius. And we have a new card of the week. So with lots of love, thanks for your liking, subscribing, and all the things that you do. Till tomorrow. Bye-bye.